Get the ingredients to make. Good question on what the name of it is. We'll have to come up with it. It's like an apple turnover with crescent rolls in the Dutch oven using brown sugar, butter, and Mountain Dew. We have butter. We're going to use about 4 tablespoons. Brown sugar. Crescent rolls. And apples.
And don't forget the dew.
And the Mountain Dew. That's right. And then we're going to top it with a caramel sauce.
Okay.
We're going to do that at the very, very end. So first we're going to take a layer of brown sugar and lay it on the bottom. So when we put our apples on top of this, we don't have to, already have a layer on the bottom going.
Okay.
And we're going to add some butter to the bottom, but we'll also add brown sugar and butter to the top a little bit later.
Now Karen allows you to use butter on this?
No, we are not using butter on this. We are not using brown sugar, we are not using butter or caramel, as far as she knows. What she doesn't know isn't going to hurt. It's going to take a couple slabs. Put that right there on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to take our crescent rolls. Simple crescent roll out of a can. Makes it nice and easy when you're camping, because you don't have to put a lot of time, effort, or work into this particular recipe at all. Now, crescent rolls are great because they're already cut on perforated edges. So you have your square. Take a piece of apple, lay it in the square, wrap it around the apple. And this is one dumpling right here. So lay that in the pan. Bottom. As you can tell, I don't have them crammed in there, but I do have it full. But you don't want to overstuff it, because then the bread's not going to cook all the way through. So just put it in there so it fits nicely and there's not a lot of open space. And now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients to top this before we put it into the Dutch oven for about 40 minutes, depending on the wind out here, how fast it's going to cook the coals. So, once again, going back to a little bit of brown sugar. Just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. So when the crescent roll bakes up, it'll absorb the brown sugar on top. Spread it around a little bit. And I'm going to take a couple more slabs of butter. One more for good measure. Then the key ingredient, Mountain Dew. Now I'm not going to use the whole bottle, because then the bread won't have opportunity to bake up properly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in about 3/4 of a cup, so just so it covers the bottom and only halfway up the biscuits. Just like that. And what's going to happen is as this is cooking, the bread's going to rise and it's going to absorb the brown sugar, the butter, and the Mountain Dew all at once. And the top's going to be nice and crispy. The bottom will be a little bit soggy, but if it absorbs enough of it, it'll actually cook up in full. So now what we're going to do is get our coals going and get it to start ready to bake. Okay, we have our dessert in the Dutch oven. It's been in there for about 35 minutes, and now we're going to put caramel topping on top. Now you can be creative and make your own if you want, or you can be lazy like me and just buy it from the store and have it in your trailer ready to go when you're ready to top. So let's take a look at this. Oh, look at that. Now I'm going to put the caramel on top, and then I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to let it set for another 5 minutes. Just enough for the caramel to melt. Like
so you just put a little bit of that on there.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Just.
Not recommended to do that.
But if you're gonna do it
Do it right.
after you're done putting it on the dessert.
We're going to put the heat back on. And the reason why I'm using a cover today is because it's very windy here, and this is going to help protect the coals from burning out too quickly. This is a great recipe for the kids to eat as well as to make. You saw how easy it was. I was able to make it in no time at all. What's great is you put the kids at the table, you put them in charge, let them make the mess, let them make it, let them create it. We have a lot more recipes like this in our new book, Ultimate Camp Cooking.